Hello everyone, it's me, Sammy Preen again. Welcome back to the garage. Thanks for coming back and joining me here today. After last week's video, which is my very first video trying to showcase my art, I had some suggestions on how to do better. One of the suggestions was to showcase the art first, to put that up. So I'm going to do that here. This is the mother, and we'll talk about more about the mother in a little bit. The second suggestion was for me to smile more, so there you go. I'll try to do more of that as I do this video, but when I get nervous or anxious, I tend to shut down and go blank face and just try, no emotion. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm a little nervous, and I think most people that have anxiety, or if you know somebody that has anxiety, you know that they just want to hide. They just want to shrink, get as small as possible, sit at the back of the room, stay home, whatever. They don't want to be out in the light and having people look at them. It's just it's vulnerable and it's scary. So I'm gonna try to be more emotive and have a little bit more fun with this. So I'm here to showcase my art, and I'll try to say a lot less also. So if you catch me saying that, then you can smack me around next time you see me. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but I also wanted to talk about anxiety a little bit before we get to talking about the art. Recently, I've been working with a hypnotherapist on anxiety, as I expressed in my first video. And what we're trying to do is reframe anxiety and classify as excitement. Anxiety and excitement have very much the same biochemistry in the body, whereas excitement kind of invokes more of the neurotransmitters dopamine and serotonin, pleasure chemicals in the brain. And anxiety or nervousness tends to invoke more of a stronger cortisol response. So reframing that for me has been tremendous. When I look at a situation that might be anxiety filled, I try to classify that as excitement and go into that feeling excited, and it's something that's beneficial and fun for me, so that I don't switch over to that sympathetic nervous system dominance where cortisol is being pumped into my system and making me feel like I'm about to explode. So you might want to try that. It's been good for me, just reframing that. And words are important, and the mind is very powerful. So when we switch our intention to something that's positive from a negative, it has a profound impact on the way we deal with the world and see the world, and especially with anxiety and fear. Okay, so that's enough about that. I'm now going to talk about the art. So again, this is the mother. And I'm going to put this down for a second because I wanted to talk about when I first started doing art to help me calm my mind and ease anxiety. Art became a way that I could do that without having rules, without having the stress of trying to please anybody or do anything for anybody except for myself. And I found acrylic art pouring after a while as I started to do art, and it was really easy at first. So it was a situation where I could do something easily, quickly, and had some tremendous results. So when you're doing acrylic pouring, generally what you'll start with is a canvas, maybe a cup, and you might have several cups of colors, or one of the common ways is you pour the paint right into different colors right into one cup, and you fill it up, and then you can pour it on there. The way I first learned was, you get the canvas, fill the cup with paint, turn it over, and then you either move it around or you just pop the top off, and then you manipulate it. You're going to be moving the canvas around, trying to create something, but it's very random. Not a lot of control in that. It's a whole lot of fun, but there's no control in it. And not that I want to have control, but I wanted to have, I wanted to, with my intention, create something that I wanted to put down. When I was envisioning an art project, I wanted it to be what I created, not randomly, but intentionally. So I started to think more about what I wanted to create when I did it. And the mother was one of the first that I actually sat down and I had an intention. The intention originally was to create something angelic because I wanted to offer my gratitude to the Creator, to my Creator, for all the blessings that I have been given in my life. I have experienced a lot of trauma and life has been hard at times, but I've also been given great gifts during my life, and I wanted to say thank you for that. It was important, and it's important for me to give thanks to those who have helped me change my life and to the universe. So I started with that intention, and as I started to pour the paint, a face started to merge in the paint, and you can see it right here. The face at first was really pronounced, and I was like, this is so cool, and I just want to keep it, so I try not to manipulate it too much there, and I leveled it out as much as I could so the paint wouldn't move, and I just try to watch it, and I try to keep it from moving too much. It thinned out a bit, but you can still see the face in there. You have a couple eyes, and then right in the middle is what I say is the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is about intuition and accessing higher consciousness through the third eye. So what that represented to me, that third eye getting so big, is Mother Nature is very intuitive. She knows when it's time to clean things out, like in the forest. Sometimes it requires a forest fire to break open certain seeds so that they can regenerate and grow new trees, new life. Right? And sometimes we need in life to just clean everything out and regenerate, and Mother Nature will do that. Mother Nature is also temperamental. We know that in her wrath and her temperament that she can create some havoc and chaos. And in this painting, we have this red, which is her hair flowing and showing that wild temperamental side of her and what she's capable of. Also, right down here, you can see that she's kind of wrapping her arm. She's got a shawl, and she's wrapping her arm around Mother Earth as if she's caring for a child or someone that she deeply loves. So that, to me, is that communion between Mother Nature and Mother Earth. And they're so intertwined, not only here, but in our lives, in our existence. So it meant something special to me. And then when I put the epoxy down on this and I saw the colors, actually a little bit before that, before I envisioned that this was going to be the mother, and it was no longer the angelic, but I still think this is something that I'm using to pay gratitude or pay homage to those who have helped me, my teachers, my guides, God, whoever has been helping me move along in my journey, and friends and family as well. So this was a special piece to me. I had it in the gallery for about $275, and I think that was a little high, but I love this painting. It means a lot to me because it was one of the first where I actually had an intention, and it actually came out very much like I had envisioned when I started. So I'm going to start this out about $200, and if you are interested, let me know. It will go up to the highest bidder, so if you're interested, put it in the comments what you think you would pay for it. I am very grateful also when people buy my art. It's an amazing feeling when people want something that you've created that you're sharing. It's healing for me, and I hope that if you put it up on your wall, it's going to be healing for you as well. So thank you for being here with me today. We'll be back next week. But before I go, I also want to say something about another painting. There's that word again, which I'm trying hard not to do, but it sneaks out. This was a painting that was in the art show that I was in. This is one that my son did. I really love this one, and yeah, I want to support my son in his artwork and in his endeavors. But this one I thought was fantastic. The way he drew the hand and reaching up for the rose, the flower. Not only did he paint this, but he also did the matting. He designed and cut the frame and put it together himself. He works at ABC Custom Framing in Denver, which is a great, fantastic custom frame shop. But he did this all himself. So I wanted to give a shout out to Sammy Preen III, my son, and say I am very proud of you and you did a fantastic job, and I'm going to be honored to put this up on my wall in a special place. So there, I just wanted to say that. And again, thank you for coming out and joining me today, and look forward to seeing you next week with another video. And if you have any suggestions about how I can improve this channel, please let me know. I appreciate everything, and I appreciate all of you. Have a good week.